graders, and this is what you will be doing on Friday. This will be Friday, January 19th. I've written this out just so you can also see this, so some will have it. The first thing you're going to do is watch what I call a Friday feature. And the Friday features are meant to show you artwork that is done in something that's not our normal material or media. And when I say material, I'm talking usually we work in pencil and pen, clay, paint, and that's what's very common. But the Friday feature is going to show you artists that work in things like maybe chewed up gum or Legos, or this one is called the Ukraine Sand Artist. And I didn't write her name down, it's on the video. But anyway, every Friday we watch one, and this one's probably the first one I've shown for many, many years. It's a fascinating way of making art. So your sub is going to show that to you, and it's a little over 5 minutes long. And then once you get done with watching this, then you are going to turn to the first page of your sketchbook, and you are going to create a drawing of yourself as a robot. If you get far enough and you have some time to color, you may certainly do that. Remember, when it comes to grading, I grade you on neatness, effort, creativity, and did you follow the requirements. So when you're coloring this in, we are going to be using colored pencils, and the colored pencils are actually in cabinets 8 and 9. They're right beside the marker boxes, but I do not want you using markers for this. In fact, we're not going to do any printing today with markers for our covers or anything. We're strictly going to do the Friday feature, and then we're going to spend a decent amount of time, or you're going to spend a decent amount of time working on your robot self-portrait. We'll continue working on the printing for our covers on Monday, so don't even worry about that today. In fact, you will notice a lot of you, your sketchbooks do not have any of the wax paper in them. I took that all out. I have it for safekeeping in a cabinet, and I will bring it out on Monday. So let's talk a little bit more about your self-portrait here, the robot self-portrait. When you begin drawing, okay, and you open up your sketchbook, you'll want to make sure you have the tape off. So when we did this yesterday, we had it laying flat like this and we had tape. Well, you're going to want to make sure that's off and be real careful with the tape so you don't rip your papers. And then once you have that off, be real careful and fold your sketchbook neatly. Sorry about that. So we don't rip the staples out or anything. But as we open it up, this first page right here is going to be your robot self-portrait. And so I did a little demonstration of, kind of what we expect here. Robots are going to be made up of, man-made things, very square, geometrical, circular things. I mean, it's realistic. You can make your face round as if it was made of some sort of a wheel mechanism or shape. But I decided to go really square here. Well, the other things that are going to happen as a robot is it's going to be put together with rivets and screws and stuff like that. So I showed that. As you're making this, I also want you to think about, this is a self-portrait. So what is it going to have to make it look like you? I put glasses on mine. I put the suggestion of hair with a ponytail because I often have mine in a ponytail. And then I also showed the paintbrush, the palette, and a painting over here. This isn't done. It's just in the beginning stages, but it's getting to that point where I can say, okay, I'm going to finish up some things and start coloring. Could I put more things in the background? Absolutely. All right. But it's about halfway done with the drawing, 3/4 of the way done with the drawing, and getting to that point where we can start coloring soon. So anyway, draw your portrait. You can do your portrait yourself looking straight at us, or you could see it from the side view like I have here. When you do start coloring, as I said before, we are going to do a neat job. We're going to make sure that we are coloring in one direction and that we are taking our time doing it. And so I did put a picture up from a student last quarter. I thought they did a really nice job of, showing themselves. And they put in a lot of the things that I just talked about, and I like they went a step beyond and added some things. So this is an example. She did not do a background, which is one thing I would like you to do also as a background. Maybe you're going to do your classmates as robots. Maybe you're going to do yourself throwing a football on a football field. But think about what you could do for your background too. So again today. This is what you're doing, Friday feature, and then the first page of your sketchbook, you're going to work on your robot self-portrait. If you have any troubles where you cannot find your sketchbook or something's wrong, you can ask the sub. I will give her some extra paper and you could do your self-portrait on that. And that is it for 5th grade.